Hello everyone, it's Mop again. In the last episode we took out the Leviathan and Plantera, and in this episode I'm going to try to take out one more boss. I'm tied currently between the Golem and Calamitas, and honestly they're pretty difficult. I've already died to Calamitas far more than I would have liked. 148 deaths so far, and Golem, I've only tried him out a few times, and I've gotten him pretty far, I'd say, but I'm guessing there's a few phases to the fight that I'm not gonna enjoy. As a new strategy, I think I'm actually gonna try the Reaver armor, which is that one you can make out of perennial ore. Mainly because I want to try out some new builds. I've been really going for defense recently, but one of the comments told me to try movement speed loadout, so I'm gonna try that. I'll try a more defensive build as well, and we'll see how those two go. I'll go to the jungle real quick and get all the stuff that we need. Yeah, that should pretty much be enough, I think. The options are really just these three helmets. You've got one that increases your jump speed and movement speed, one that increases your defense and max life, and there's this one which is for mining and building. So I'll make these two, and I guess I can also make the orate booster, which should be better than the leaf wings considering it'll have a set bonus. And since it's already all warding right now, I'll just start with the first one before moving on to the other one. And we'll kind of do some test runs against Calamitas and see if I make any progress. So let's see. Full warding, we have a lot more health. And I can also replace the boots because the boots, honestly, they don't really make a big difference in the Calamitas fight. At least not for a warding set. I never actually read the set bonus, but it looks like we have a healing thing. 3 life regen, 10 defense, reduces the life regen lost from damage over time debuffs. All attacks have a small chance to steal life and speed up the rate of life regen. Enemy damage is reflected and summons a thorn spike. And Reaver Rage has a 25% chance to activate when you are damaged. So it seems pretty good. The wings actually seem really not pretty good. I can't even reach my top platform here, so I'm not sure if I want to switch. I guess I'll try a bit of both, but that's enough talking. Let's get to the arena and start this Calamitas fight. Also, I realized in the last episode I kind of forgot to include my fight against Calamitas using the Gastric Belcher staff. Turns out it was pretty useless. It was way too slow for the brothers and Calamitas, so that kind of leaves me with the same options I had before. And I'm still not sure whether I want to use the mounted scanner or the Sand Sharknado staff as my main damaging summons. I think I'll go for 4 of those and 1 of these, which is a lot less than we used to have with the Tiki armor set, but hopefully the survivability of this set will outweigh that. Getting healed by 10 or 6 every now and then really does help. But our movement speed seems to actually be really good. Our flight speed, I'm just a bit out of shape. Yeah, quite a bit out of shape. But it's not going too bad actually. This is the difficult part where the twins actually come back. But I feel a lot more in control with this set. So I'm gonna try it out a couple more times. And by a couple I mean like 50. And you know, it really doesn't seem that bad. I'm pretty hopeful at the moment. Still gonna need to practice that a lot. Okay, so I put on the other set bonus thing, and it looks like we can go rather rapidly. So, I'm gonna try this. It also greatly reduces the cooldown of dashes, which allows me to, well, dash a lot faster. Hopefully I'll be able to dodge most of the attacks now. I mean, she's actually having trouble catching up with us for once. I mean, it's kind of crazy, honestly. I didn't think it was even possible to outrun her. But if she can't outrun us, maybe the twins won't be so bad. Especially considering we can get adrenaline now. So let's see how the brothers fare against this new speed of ours. Of course, when we do get caught, we're kind of helpless. Yeah. But I think the movement speed is actually better than the defense. I guess we'll see. I'll try Golem after this, but I'll probably just end up fighting Calamitas. Yeah, I mean, surprisingly I've done a lot better with the other armor set. I think I'm just gonna keep trying Calamitas. I just reforged everything to quick. I mean, although we basically die from any hit, which makes the bullet hell phases really hard. We can outrun the brothers and Calamitess herself, so I think it's probably worth it. I just need to practice a lot. But what's really difficult right now is just the amount of damage that we're dealing, because we're so far away from the boss that our summons don't actually hit oftentimes. So I want to use the shellfish staff, but it's really slow. But it might be a better option than my other weapons, at least for the brothers phase. I think victory might be near. As much as I dislike doing this, I think it's come to the point where I just have to make a really boring, flat arena. But I really just, I can't do this anymore. I need to get this boss out of the way. So I'll get this set up, and I'll be back when it's all built. Alright, this should be long enough, I think. So I'll get right back into the fighting, and hopefully we're at the end of this battle soon enough. Oh, okay. Oh my god. Sorry for using autopause, but I really had to. That was a terrible fight. I hated that. 9 minutes long, that fight. Oh, and at the end there I had to switch over to permafrost concoction. Oh, that was stressful. Okay, I know this episode is late. I know it's very late, but I can finally get it uploaded. I'm thinking of maybe when the fights get this hard, I might do some other content in the meanwhile. Let's say if I'm really struggling on a boss fight and it takes me like 2 weeks to beat it, you know? I hope that doesn't happen much. I think Calamitess clone is one of the fights that's a bit unbalanced. So I think it's a bit of an exception, but if anything like this happens again, I might maybe film some other video. I really don't know what other content I'm gonna have on this channel right now. I mean, it's definitely just gonna be gaming stuff, but I don't plan on having only Terraria stuff. I'll definitely still be trying the fight over and over, but if we don't want to have big gaps in the uploads, then I think that's a pretty good solution. Anyways, we got this item, which is really one of the items that I love. I tend to do a lot of accessory switching in battles, just to really get to use as many as possible. So this one really helps, especially if you're low on health. Let's open this treasure bag and see what we get. So there's the Ashes of Calamity, which you can make a bunch of things out of. Mostly we're interested in the core of Calamity, because then we can get Asgard's Valor, which is a really good dash/shield. And it also includes the Ankh shield, so we won't be taking knockback anymore, which is great. There is a summon weapon you can get from this battle, but we didn't get it. But don't worry, there is an NPC that, I typically don't like using because I feel like it's kind of cheating, but basically once you've beaten a boss, she can basically sell you the treasure bag of the enemy that you just beat. Of course they're expensive, and it's only once you've beaten them. For the other weapons we've always gotten lucky, but I really don't want to have to go through this again. I think you'll forgive me for opening a couple of these treasure bags. I guess it's gonna take a while though, because it's not guaranteed. So I'm gonna get some money and then I'll get the item and we'll try it out. Alright, and we finally got it. The Entropy's Vigil. I'll go and quickly get it reforged and we'll try it out against the slime god, I guess. So let's see what this looks like. Summons Calamitess and her brothers to protect you. 1 minion trio takes 2 minion slots. But alright. So here they are. We can only get 2 for now because of this armor set. But let's see. They seem to be doing okay. for only 4 minion slots. But aside from this, we can get the Asgard's Valor, and now I will gladly use that. But that's going to be it for this week. I know it feels like we haven't done all that much, especially when you take into account that there hasn't been a video in 2 weeks, but that was really an exception for this boss. And like I said, I'll have some videos in between when there's long gaps like this to hopefully make up for that. But I hope you enjoyed this week's episode, and if you haven't already, you can subscribe if you want to see more of this content, and hopefully the next bosses won't be too difficult so that I can see you next week with some more Terraria. Bye bye.